All right, what's going on at Clark's place today? You made a mess out here when I wasn't here.
Welcome to Clark's place. Yeah, what we wanted to do was make a cart like on some of the TV shows where they wheel it under the car, lower the car down with the engines on it. Well, to try to make a jig, what we came up with was to take a K-member. We had an extra K-member here, and this is big, thick, what is it, 1/4 inch steel.
Yeah, that's about 1/4 inch, 3/8.
Set that on here, measured it all out. These are all marked. Gonna put these, weld these bolts.
Nope, we're not gonna use those bolts.
You have to.
Nope.
But they fit through those holes. We're not gonna drill those holes out.
Yeah, I was thinking the big studs.
These will be fine because the weight is just sitting on this plate. All that is something to guide it.
And those 4 bolts.
And I ground these off. I'll probably take these on the side and weld those on just to give them a little more stability. And
I didn't film what you were doing. He was saying doing something like this, but we can do that in a piece of metal, like just even angle iron bracket.
Can do that too. Those are just extra bolts. And that will flip over, and this plate will sit across the front, and the engine will sit this way with the transmission. So the first part, these braces here will be cut at an angle, so all the weight will be upside down. This is not connected here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I cut that off. This was a lot longer. It was that much longer. It was more of a body.
Yeah, this is what my charger sat on forever.
But this thing, and you can see, this is so.
It was welded. It was welded crooked. Look at it.
Yeah, it's so splayed out. It's unbelievable.
Right down here, you can see it comes down into that box. It comes off at it.
Yeah.
Unless it was just sprung really bad
It was
somehow.
sprung bad. So it's like 34 inches here and like 35 inches here. Or wait a minute. It's like 2 to 3 inches splayed out. So I figure we'll weld this together.
We got to square that. Yep. Okay.
And then we can square. We can take the come along, and if we have to bend that in,
No, I'm gonna cut that bottom off, and then re-weld it straight up and down. Then take all the torsion and pressure off of it. Can't you see that? That leg is welded on there bad.
Oh, I know it's welded.
So yeah, that'd be easy enough.
Anyway, it's a mess in here, but that's what it's.
So you were doing a ton of cutting and grinding and yeah, I know where those bolts are. Let me show you which ones I was talking about. They're your serious hardware. Those aren't bad. Did you throw those away, Pop? Remember they were brass. Giant brass. I mean, they were like 3/4 of an inch.
Well, brass.
They looked like this, but like 8 inches long, and I mean they were huge.
I don't think those are all screws, and I don't know where those are. It doesn't even have to.
Hey, I need those for work.
I mean, it's just set on that plate. They don't even have to have those guide pins.
All right.
So,
well, that was hardware I thought we'd never use, and I thought this it needs to be beefy. But I mean, those bolts that size go through the trans mount that hold all the way to the trans. Your motor mounts. I mean, yeah, the weight's sitting on the motor mount, but those are the bolts that hold the motor mounts in.
You can't have them in these bolts, which that's what I was originally thinking, because when you raise it up, this is what you're going to put your bolts in from underneath.
Yeah.
So these here are on all the K-members. So
you sure?
Just give the guide to put it on there. We can get your other one, but I'm pretty sure they all have those 2 holes.
Did you want to test the theory and grab the QA1? Because we need it to be able to.
What's this one up here? Isn't this one just a K-member?
Yeah. This is E-body, so it's the same as the B-body.
Yeah, it's the holes I just got dripped on. You see, that's
I see those.
It's where the torsion bar goes through.
Yeah.
On all of them. So,
Well, let's yank out the QA1 and see how it stacks up. It's in the blanket right there.
yeah, we can get it. Okay, this is the front, right?
Yep, QA1 logo up front. Well, that clears.
Yeah, see, yours is set right here.
On it, yeah.
On it.
It's not going to be able to be bolted in, but we could do something else. I mean, I don't know if we did a strap of some sort. I don't know about that.
Well, that's the thing. Once you raise this up to the bottom, that's going to be on the table. You could go underneath through here, put a nice big thick strap, and then this thing is strapped to that cart.
Yep, that'd be good. Okay.
All
right, continuing. Up next, you'll see the next steps.
We'll be welding this weekend.
All right, bye.
Okay, today going to get the chop saw out and cut the other half of this box that I already cut apart. Here's the part I'm going to work on. As you can see, this is laying on the ground, but it is so sprung that I need to cut all this off and re-weld it flat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the chop saw right here and bring it out, set it up. So that's what'll happen. Okay, got it all done, pretty much, not quite. I just clamped the big plate on here. We'll tack it, weld it on there, and then of course we're going to come back through and weld these where they go to put the K-member, which is over there on the floor. But the rest of this is all done now. It actually moves the way it's supposed to on the floor, and I still have these here to put on, which we'll weld those up tomorrow. So we'll have ourselves a stand to put our K-member on, motor, transmission, and we can wheel this just like here underneath the car and lower the car down, undo the 4 bolts from the K-member, have it on a stand, pull it out, do the same when we put an engine, transmission back in. So that is the plan, as we have the Daytona car to do, which we're just beginning on it. We haven't done a whole lot, and his is getting real close. The RT, his door jambs are getting close. Going to work on those tomorrow, and within the next week probably get it at least in the white sealer coat, and then start working on the stripe for the back, because you have to mask it off to paint it, and then back tape all the stuff that's involved with painting a stripe on under the clear coat. So anyway, till next time, bye bye. Fairly solid, but I want to go all the way around the base of them.
It's all done but the crying, so
it's all done but the finger pinching and crying as you try to work it. Okay, what we did, which with a lot of Frankenstein work back together, this was a bigger table, like a car dolly. That
yeah,
got
look
tweaked.
back at my Charger videos. That's what this table used to be.
We had it sitting outside. The guy did all the blasting on it. It was all strapped to this. Anyway, it must have, it's somewhere in its life before we got it, gotten crushed or, I mean, one wheel, the thing would teeter. It'd probably be, what, almost 2 inches off the ground back and forth. So it had to be cut. That's where all these Frankenstein cuts are. And I shortened it and then cut a plate, put the plate on there.
Get your tape measure, not your finger.
My tape measure.
Get your tape measure out.
Okay. Well, this is a K-member. You got your 4 holes here. It just sits right down on top. You put nuts on it just to keep it steady on here. So this is going to be our engine stand. You'll have an engine. It'll probably come out to about here, but the bulk is going to be here. And then the transmission will sit out there. We'll put a board across there.
Yeah, once we put either your motor or my motor on here, we'll do a nice Dodge. This is Doug's suggestion.
Yeah.
Do a nice Dodge
M
for Mopar perch for the trans.
Okay, the thing is 3 feet wide, which is really how wide, when you measure a K-member, it's 3 feet wide.
Yeah, okay,
So,
good. I like that. Then measure how far you did your plates.
This one is...
This is what, 1.5 feet?
Oh, is it?
16 inches is your top
Well,
of your plate.
that was governed by, we have like 4 or 5 of these sheets, 8 foot tall, and that's how wide they were. So
16 is what it ended up being.
Yeah, I guess it's 16.
And then you measured your holes. for your
16.
K-member,
Yes.
and made sure you translated that down below, measured in between.
Yeah, I measured back and forth, got this centered on this plate perfectly, and then I took a marker directly down below and then made a mark. So we had a mark.
Not directly down below.
Well,
Close enough.
yeah, it
It
worked.
works.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, then I double checked the measurement here to
Remember,
here
you used to work for a
and what my dots were on the plate before we welded. And, you know, hindsight, we
So how-
probably don't even have to have these.
Height-wise, how tall are you? Roundabout. You got monster wheels on it, which is great. I like those. Looks like you're 3 feet tall.
3 feet tall.
All right.
So,
And I
3 feet
know
by 3
that
feet.
is enough clearance, like you said, Doug,
For a
and I thought it was
standard
too
lift.
tall. It may not roll underneath for a standard lift to go there, but all you viewers at home, make it as tall as you want for your garage. But
right.
I like this, seeing some measurements for exactly how it should be for the K-member.
Okay, member.
And almost all those K-members are the same. My QA1 K-member will set on here fine. I think we did film that in the earlier video. We may put some sort of a strap or a hole that we could bungee, or not bungee, but strap it to it. Yeah.
Well, this was the K-member that was in the Challenger originally that I took all the parts off.
Not this whole setup.
No. That one came
That
off
was
the
off
Charger.
this 70 Dodge.
Yeah. No, 69.
That's the 69. 70
But-
still outside.
When we took it off, all we had on this cart were boards. And we dropped it. We had the motor, transmission was all sitting on the larger cart.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have these pins, because this K-member will just sit on there and you're not going to move it off of there, the weight of a motor.
I like the pins.
But I like the pins, because then you can cinch it down.
Yep.
Because we even thought, yeah, can we make a engine run test stand out of this? Then you'd want to have it bolted, just for
Yeah, bolt it all there and then wheel up and have piping and
right,
reservoir and
Fluid, engine coolant.
right. You can
starter,
put that on a cart.
voltmeter,
Yeah.
ammeter.
Throw
Steering
some
wheel.
seats on it, go down the street.
That's right.
Yeah,
Dude, built the go-kart.
build something. But yeah, this thing, all 4 wheels roll at the same time now. So
Yeah, it was bad. Except that last one looks like
there's
it's off the
kind of
ground.
only the,
Concrete.
the leftover part.
Don't look at that back wheel.
Well, it's angling down now. Down there
Oh.
it goes.
There, yeah.
Had a dip in the concrete.
I see a dip
So-
somewhere.
So that's
3 dips right here.
that's the engines, or what do you call that? Not an engine, I guess an engine stand.
Yeah,
Engine
engine,
removal
suspension, trans. That's the whole
But
motor
one
getting,
thing,
dropping beast.
one thing we realized is on this K-member, if this were in the car, you have to take these bolts. There's the bolts we used. You've got to take your sway bar out
Yep.
in order to lower it down over those on that stand.
Yeah.
Which, that's not a big deal. We could take that out while it's up on the
Yeah,
lift.
4 bolts and it's out of there, and then it comes down flat onto that.
Then bring your car lift down to where it sits on this, and you can wiggle it around. Boom, once it's on there, then take your 4 bolts out, ready to go.
Yep, it's on stand.
And I think, I hope, that all K-members, this is the same measurement.
Well, the
And-
3 K members we have here all
Yeah.
look exactly the same. And I thought K members from 66 to 74 were
Are
pretty
the-
much all the same.
Okay, well,
Or at least through 70, because your 70 is the same.
yeah, it is.
So, or I don't know, that's another 69.
Yeah.
But
69.
72 Challenger was the same.
Same,
So,
yeah. Okay,
we'll see.
so that's
That it for the cart?
it for the car.
Any parting words?
Go Mopar.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.